Chapter 17. And the entire assembly of the sons of Israel proceeded to depart from the wilderness of Sin by stages, which they took according to the order of Jehovah, and went camping at Rephidim. But there was no water for the people to drink. And the people fell to quarreling with Moses, and saying, "Give us water, that we may drink." But Moses said to them, "Why are you quarreling with me? Why do you keep putting Jehovah to the test?" And the people went on thirsting there for water. And the people kept murmuring against Moses, and saying, "Why is it that you have brought us up out of Egypt to put us and our sons and our livestock to death by thirst?" Finally Moses cried out to Jehovah, saying, "What shall I do with this people? A little longer, and they will stone me." Then Jehovah said to Moses, "Pass in front of the people, and take with you some of the older men of Israel, and your rod, with which you struck the Nile River. Take it in your hand, and you must walk on. Look, I am standing before you there on the rock in Horeb. And you must strike on the rock, and water must come out of it, and the people must drink it." Subsequently Moses did so under the eyes of the older men of Israel. So he called the name of the place Massah and Meribah, because of the quarreling of the sons of Israel, and because of their putting Jehovah to the test, saying, "Is Jehovah in our midst or not?" And the Amalekites proceeded to come and fight against Israel in Rephidim. At this Moses said to Joshua, "Choose men for us and go out, fight against the Amalekites. Tomorrow I am stationing myself upon the top of the hill, with the rod of the true God in my hand." Then Joshua did just as Moses had said to him, in order to fight against the Amalekites. And Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. And it occurred that as soon as Moses would lift his hand up, the Israelites proved superior. But as soon as he would let down his hand, the Amalekites proved superior. When the hands of Moses were heavy, then they took a stone, and put it under him, and he sat upon it. And Aaron and Hur supported his hands, one on this side, and the other on that side, so that his hands held steady until the sun set. Hence Joshua vanquished Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. Jehovah now said to Moses, "Write this as a memorial in the book, and propound it in Joshua's ears. I shall completely wipe out the remembrance of Amalek from under the heavens." And Moses proceeded to build an altar, and to call its name Jehovah Nissi, saying, "Because a hand is against the throne of Jah, Jehovah will have war with Amalek from generation to generation." Chapter 18. Now Jethro, the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, got to hear about all that God had done for Moses and for Israel his people, how Jehovah had brought Israel out of Egypt. So Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took Zipporah, Moses' wife, after the sending of her away, and her 2 sons, the name of one of whom was Gershom, because, he said, "An alien resident I have come to be in a foreign land." And the name of the other was Eliezer, because, to quote him, "The God of my father is my helper, in that he delivered me from Pharaoh's sword." So Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, and his sons and his wife, came to Moses into the wilderness where he was camping, at the mountain of the true God. Then he sent word to Moses, "I, your father-in-law Jethro, am come to you, and also your wife and her 2 sons with her." At once Moses went on out to meet his father-in-law, and he proceeded to prostrate himself and to kiss him, and they each one began asking how the other was getting along. After that they went into the tent. And Moses went to relating to his father-in-law all that Jehovah had done to Pharaoh in Egypt on account of Israel, and all the hardship that had befallen them in the way, and yet Jehovah was delivering them. Then Jethro felt glad over all the good that Jehovah had done for Israel, in that he had delivered them from the hand of Egypt. Consequently Jethro said, "Blessed be Jehovah, who has delivered you from the hand of Egypt, and from the hand of Pharaoh, and who has delivered the people from under the hand of Egypt. Now I do know that Jehovah is greater than all the other gods, by reason of this affair in which they acted presumptuously against them." Then Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took a burnt offering and sacrifices for God, and Aaron and all the older men of Israel came to eat bread with Moses' father-in-law before the true God. And it came about on the next day that Moses sat down as usual to serve as judge for the people, and the people kept standing before Moses from the morning till the evening. And Moses' father-in-law got to see all that he was doing for the people. So he said, "What kind of business is this that you are doing for the people? Why do you alone continue sitting, and all the people continue taking their stand before you from morning till evening?" Then Moses said to his father-in-law, "Because the people keep coming to me to inquire of God. In the event that they have a case arise, it must come to me, and I must judge between the one party and the other, and I must make known the decisions of the true God and his laws." At this Moses' father-in-law said to him, "It is not good the way you are doing. You will surely wear out both you and this people who are with you, because this business is too big a load for you. You are unable to do it by yourself. Now listen to my voice. I shall advise you, and God will prove to be with you. You yourself serve as representative for the people before the true God, and you yourself must bring the cases to the true God. And you must warn them of what the regulations and the laws are, and you must make known to them the way in which they should walk, and the work that they should do. But you yourself should select out of all the people capable men, fearing God, trustworthy men, hating unjust profit, and you must set these over them as chiefs over thousands, chiefs over hundreds, chiefs over 50s, and chiefs over 10s. And they must judge the people on every proper occasion. And it must occur that every big case they will bring to you, but every small case they themselves will handle as judges. So make it lighter for yourself, and they must carry the load with you. If you do this very thing, and God has commanded you, you will then certainly be able to stand it, and, besides, this people will all come to their own place in peace." Immediately Moses listened to the voice of his father-in-law and did all that he had said. And Moses proceeded to choose capable men out of all Israel, and to give them positions as heads over the people, as chiefs of thousands, chiefs of hundreds, chiefs of 50s, and chiefs of 10s. And they judged the people on every proper occasion. A hard case they would bring to Moses, but every small case they themselves would handle as judges. After that, Moses saw his father-in-law off, and he went his way to his land.